No randoms.
Welcome back to the No Randoms podcast. What is this? Episode 42? 43? We'll see what this lands in the mix. 42! We're back out here. This time with a special guest. So, without further ado, you got Kev, you got Bantant, you got Shad, and you got your boy iMugs here today. Special guest iMug, starting with you. How you feeling, and what are you playing this week?
Feeling pretty good. Playing Call of Duty. That's it. Been thinking about throwing up some of the single player games. With the whole Last of Us out there. Been looking at maybe starting that up. Getting into Elden Ring has a bunch of updates. It looks like everybody's playing that again. Might hop back over. Doubt it. But it's on my mind. But Call of Duty, just grinding the crap out of Call of Duty, getting ready for season 2.
What modes are we in, Playboy?
Well, we're in shoot the ship because I'm still on that camo grind. I'm so close to getting just Orion on it. I got everything gold, working on platinum, so we're pushing.
Yeah, dude is such a sweat, bro.
Mario, yeah, going for Mario's brother camo. It's everything's gold. Everything's gold. We're pushing for platinum, and then we're pushing into the others. It's a shipment went away, and then I was sad boy, and then it came back, and so we're good to go. But of course, Warzone, still loving that. Getting solo dubs.
Got it. I guess I'm still the only motherfucker that plays DMZ like a dork. That's fine. Shad,
I can't get behind
what are you on this week, my boy? Tell me about it.
Yo, I tried that Forsaken game. I'm gonna save you guys some time. Don't buy it. It's garbage.
Why?
Bro, it's not fun.
I told you not to get it. You asked me, and I was like, "No,
Habibi." I got the demo.
Okay, I was about to say, please don't spend money on that.
No, I realized that you could just go and get these trials like in these games before you even have to buy them. I've been wasting money. You're welcome, Sony.
I was gonna ask what Forsaken is, and then I realized I don't want to know. Actually, it sounds like I don't care. So.
No, it was honestly, I tried to get into it. There's a lot of hate, and I wish I didn't read the hate before I played it, but everything was valid once I played it. I was like, yeah, this is not a fun story game. But you know me, I'm always on FIFA. I tried playing last night, but wasn't really working out for me. But this week I've been in drop-ins. I've been in drop-ins like crazy. I need to play COD with Ian.
I gotta stalk you, my boy. I'll be trying to play games, like play PC with me. I'll play BIFAs with you. I'm a
bad friend.
I'm pulling up at the crib. Tell Lynn I'm pulling up next week. Let the whole fam know I'm gonna be there, and we're gonna play the games. But for real,
we'll have some meats.
The meats. Banton, what you on this week, my friend?
Man, I'm back in the Apex grind. Been getting my dubs with the new what is her name? Calypto? Excuse me. Callisto? Whatever. The new character. I haven't played the game in months, but I dropped in and I got 2 dubs with her. So I guess honestly, that's my new.
That was solid. Last night you had my back a little bit, a couple times. I still don't know that character either, but you did save us a few times.
I just
look, I was talking to you, Alexa. What the hell is this?
Is that Last Night by P Diddy about to start playing? That was the jam right there. Work. But besides Apex, man, some 2K. Been having fun. We were up in the 3v3 pro-ams last night, running some games with the boyos. Shout out to Mike, yo. Hope you in recovery, but I did lock you up in the wreck.
Who was getting buckets?
We lost, but
Marcus was getting buckets.
No, Marcus was putting buckets on me.
Yo, Marcus was on one last night. He dropped the 11 piece.
Yeah, he was on a good one last night.
He dropped the 11 piece in Apex, came through, gave y'all buckets on buckets, got his brother up off 2K, then came back to Apex and caught 2 more dubs. We only played 3 rounds, but we caught 2 dubs in 3.
Post day drinking Marcus is locked in, bro.
Marcus is like Hoodie Mello, bro. He was locked in. You know what I mean? Untouched Kyrie and day drunk Marcus. That's good to know.
Walking cold off the street and just play a full 4 like it's nothing, bro.
Like
it didn't even warm up, and he's out here balling.
Nothing. Well, shoot, what I've been it was a little diverse, staying to that mouse and keyboard grind. I've already said this like 3 or 4 times, but I finally caught my little stride in CODs. Like yesterday, I just started playing 2 days ago. And I was like, I was doing stuff like I kept saying like on purpose. And I was like, oh, that's what I meant to do. Turning and sliding and tricking niggas and loop to loop and hiding behind doors. Like I'm finally starting to be able to control it. So it's so frustrating when you know what you want to do, but your hands can't do it. That shit drives you crazy. So I'm just starting to catch my stride, but it's come with a lot of dying. Just a lot of dying. I've been playing that shipment for a month now, just dead, spawn, dead, spawn,
Love
dead, spawn. Gotta love it. Gotta live for it. Lots of
guys like
beefas
Ian.
this week. What's that?
To guys like Ian.
Guys like Ian. Oh gosh, all the little gold gun
Hands up in the corner.
Oh, I do love my
Mounted.
prox chat though, and that's what I was saying. I think I'm the only guy playing DMZ still, but that's been really good for me getting better at the movement and getting better at kind of some of the basics of it without just
It is fun.
having to respawn. And then Ian, I was telling them having the team battles. Like I just learned last week that you can die and then join another team. Have you done that or seen that? If you're in like you're in teams of 3. If one team kills you, you can plead to be on their team. So then it comes a team of 4.
Yeah. Yes.
So I was playing for like 45 minutes the other day, and it was mad teams of like 5 and 6, like having big team battles with NPCs and shit. It was insane. It was so much fun. It's like Warzone, but more fun because there's random NPCs and shit going on, and you can trade teams and shit. It was nuts. It was really fun. So I've been really enjoying DMZ. I think they have something there. Maybe they're not pushing it so hard yet, but they should start because that shit is fun.
Well, I mean, there was something I read on the news today about they just applied for a patent for unlimited multiplayer. Literally dropping into DMZ and it never ends is what the thought process is. I was scrolling through
Maybe
the
that's
YouTubes.
the idea. Yeah.
So like DayZ but DMZ type thing. So like it's a server that's just on.
Right, and you can just play in
Like
the big
Rust.
ass open maps.
Yeah,
Like that's
yeah.
kind of what it was. That's what was so much fun. Is like, going with your team of 5 in the big interactive map with the parachutes and the care packages and all that other shit. And it's like a cool hybrid, but it's really fun and surprisingly fun, even if you're like a solo drop in. Like, I don't love Warzone so much as a solo, but DMZ is pretty solid. So some DMZ, like I said, BFuzz. I did play that Hi-Fi Rush game. Tell the truth. Who did their homework? Oh, Shaq did his homework. Well, that's a good boy right there. Look at my man. Played Hi-Fi Rush. Not nearly as fun as Jet Set Radio. Got to be honest. It did not live up to the hype.
Bring back Jet Set Radio, please.
Back.
I know they're making these remakes. Bring it back just for just come on. I'll fund this. Just give me a call.
Bring back Dreamcast. You know what I mean?
Shad Bezos.
Is that too much to ask? Can I just get my Dreamcast? Honestly, that was a moment when they had the memory card that was like a Game Boy. I didn't care what it was. I never played it, but I needed to have it. It was worth every cent. And then I also got back into a little bit of Fortnite. You know, when they give me my Dragon Ball Z skins, I got to hop on the Switch and get my DBZs out. So Slunk Gohan's here. And then I slid over to Pokemon Brilliant Pearl, I believe it is, because I got to stop spending like $70 on these games and then quitting by the 3rd gym. So I'm like, let me just go get my Pokemons and kind of grind it out and stop dying so much. So play a little bit of Pokemons. I think that's all. But yeah, definitely Hi-Fi Rush on the Game Pass, and it was a cool experience to jump in. Had the family, right? Had my lady like, what you playing over there? It's like, I don't know. You want to play? You want to check it out? No, the rhythm thing is kind of cool. But moving right along into our first segment of the day, our first segment of every day, you love to see it. This is the best gaming news from this week. Y'all ready for this one? Dead Space is the definitive remake of a horror classic and a must-play for new and old fans alike. It's from CNN. You know, we love when we get news on the major publications there. It says here, given that every other game these days is seemingly a remaster, reboot, or reimagining of some sort, every TV show too, to be honest, it says you can be excused for not knowing exactly what to expect from the recently released Dead Space. But this ambitious remake is just that, a brand new version of EA's 2008 sci-fi survival horror classic built from the ground up for PS5, Xbox Series X, and modern gaming PCs. As such, it's quite faithful to the source material, retaining its core elements, but also significantly enhancing them with an overhauled presentation that leverages the latest audio and visual tech to deliver a far more detailed, polished experience. Beyond just raising the cinematic bar and ratcheting the immersion, this return to the derelict USG Ishimura introduces a number of gameplay refinements and improvements over the original. Of course, it's how all these creative elements come together that ultimately shapes the quality of the finished product. What do you guys have you heard about this? Have you heard anything? I've heard nothing but rave reviews.
Yeah.
Yeah, this game was really acclaimed when it first came out in 08. So I could imagine what this remake is going to make it look like if you have like 2K capabilities or even like a really high end, like, I mean, monitors like we do, I guess. So yeah, this is going to be good. I mean, I played it and it's pretty scary. I played it in 08 and it was like pretty like scary.
Right. It sounds like that they were comparing it really. I did not play it in no wait, big surprise. It sounds like it was really. You boys playing football, right? It sounds like it's really. They said it was close to Resident Evil, which is like one of my core games. You guys know that, but like Space Resident Evil, and they're saying as far as the remake goes, this is like one of the best, if not the best, remakes. Have you guys heard about the remake and or played it? Who played the old one? Banton? Banton?
I haven't played either. No, I've just seen gameplay on the new remake that came out, and it definitely looks. Ew. I mean,
It's exciting.
I think grotesque is a good word.
Yeah, it's got me pulled in. I was like, I'm gonna go. You guys know my history with the single player story games, as if I played them. But I think Titanfall was the last one. Maybe I really did well at. That's not true. But I think I want to get this. I was like, this sounds dope. Again, it sounds like one of those games that's not terrible to watch. Maybe not terrible to play. Like in the we got bedroom Xbox going on. So I think I want to check this one out. It sounds really fun.
Yeah.
Which
I don't
leads
know.
to
I would want to
CNN.
play the first one and then play it again. But I mean, from what I've definitely seen, and I've only seen good reviews and gameplay on it, it definitely is. I mean, it looks fun. It looks good. It looks a lot better than what was the other one? The Calypto Protocol that came out. That's for sure.
Yeah, yeah. It sounds like this is the place to go as far as starting a new one. So I'm gonna check this out. I'm definitely not gonna play the '08 version. We just talked about what was that GoldenEye last week. I don't need them old graphics. I'm not one for the old graphics.
Yeah,
Honestly, I'm cool on that. But I do wonder if they if they added to the story at all. There's been lots of talk about the updates to The Last of Us where they really changed it a little bit to better fit the format. Of course, that's a remake into the television space, but I'm not mad at some of this creative license they're taking to make us a better product for right now. So really exciting to see. I mean, so many remakes come out and just get annihilated. They suck. They're just not worth it. It feels like a cash grab. I think CNN said here that it felt like it says here they have clearly created Dead Space from a place of passion. Right, and that's what you want to hear. Is like these guys got a chance to play to work on a game they love, and they truly made it better. Which is a lot of what we're seeing with The Last of Us on tonight. I'm hyped for episode 4. Lots to live up to. Ooh, 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 ooh. Oh, that was good. But moving on, staying in our industry space, this is a big one, big news. Microsoft, Nintendo, and Sony reportedly all skipping E3 2023. That hurts. This is from The Verge. It says E3 will be back as an in-person conference in Los Angeles after not happening at all in 2022. But Nintendo, Sony, and Microsoft are all skipping their revitalized E3 convention in June, according to a new report from IGN. That said, it's not entirely unexpected. Sony first skipped E3 in 2019 and hasn't been a part of the convention since. And Microsoft said last week that it would be doing a showcase in LA this summer, but didn't outright say the words E3. I heard they're going to be like an offsite doing their own thing. And then, of course, Nintendo has proven time and again that they can drive their own news cycles with their Nintendo Direct video presentations. So maybe it just feels like they don't need the E3 spotlight.
Right.
Also, I guess it's coming out. E3 is 1 month after the release of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, which is like their big story. I'm tattooed on my face. I want that shit so bad. So it says Nintendo may want to keep the attention of its fans on what could be one of the biggest games of the year. That's a big shot for E3, right? I was literally going to say maybe we need to go to E3, and then I was like, well, shit, they're missing the big guys. What do you think about this?
Yeah, no, I mean, I completely agree with what you said. I think they're doing it just because they want to have their own showcases now. You know what I mean? I think now they're like, yeah, we don't need you guys. We're just gonna have Microsoft Land or whatever. But I don't know. I mean, it makes sense. It sucks for E3, but I mean, it's a good opportunity for other people to step up too. So, I mean, I don't know. I guess we'll have to see what those. Because I mean, there are obviously other. I mean, who else would really be there? I guess. I mean,
I was gonna say like who else will be there, and that's the conversation we keep having. Is like everything is kind of becoming a conglomerate, right? You're owned by one of the big guys, or you're just not really like it's like I should know this. I'm a gaming. What's that?
It's not the same anymore. Like I used to be hyped for E3. Like Division 1 when that came out, and you saw the E3 trailer, you're like, oh, and it was getting you hyped like a year before the game came out. it's not the same anymore. Like you see these trailers and you just know that the game's going to be nothing like it because you've been just ripped off so many times in the past. So it's not the same anymore.
I wonder what does it cost to go to E3? Is it expensive?
What was it? Was
Like
that
a
the Game
ticket?
Awards where they had all of those previews for for all those games that were coming out this year recently, like the new From Software game and all of that? I think was that the Game Awards? I'm trying to remember.
Maybe. I can't even find how much this costs to go. I want tickets. Maybe it's too early.
Is E3 free to attend? E3 2021 was free for everyone to attend. What?
That was
Well, I mean,
2021.
There's no.
Middle of COVID.
Yeah, 2022.
Oh,
Over
2021 was probably
68,000.
a virtual event, though, no?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I think they've been off since 20. I think 2019 is the last time they did it in person, and then 2020 COVID, and this is supposed to be their first one back like in person.
$200.
Yeah, I can't even find tickets.
I really think a lot of it has to do with just these acquisitions. Before, when it was independent, you know, studios needing somewhere to go, you know what I mean, and a place to showcase. And again, yeah, now that Microsoft and Activision and Sony have bought up like the bigger companies that own all these other little, I mean, it's like they're like, yeah, you're just gonna do this with us. We're just gonna keep all this money.
Interesting.
Man. It
says
sucks for us just because that was a staple for me growing up. E3 was like the thing I always look forward to, and now it's like I feel like it's just not going to be anything anymore.
Got some sick previews.
I'm reading on Polygon, and it says that they had promised in-person consumer components and setting expectations high, promising Titanic AAA reveals, earth-shaking world premieres, and exclusive access to the future of video games. That's a lofty promise to set without the big three. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, okay. But maybe the NRP boys might check this out. You know what I mean? It's in our backyard. We got some reason to go, and it's probably gonna suck. But what if it's great?
I just want merch, Doug. That's it.
Fam, I live for merch. You should shout out to my boy Pharrell. Yo, Skateboard P. I spend way too much money on merch. Technically, Shad's also wearing merch. Mug, where's your merch at? Are you a Steelers fan?
Yeah, but I grew up in Pennsylvania. I got my bourbon hat on.
Oh, no wonder you love Miami somewhere, wherever the hell you live. All Florida is Miami for us.
Wow, that's
no wonder you live
not true, but okay.
For us, I said that's very true. We're from the real Sunshine State. You know what I mean?
San Francisco, right? It's all the same.
Sunshine State. Talk about the Hurricane State.
Didn't you guys have one?
Gator eating that.
Bro, you live in Clearwater. I don't understand.
It rained for 3 days, and the whole news was like, California's underwater. Not here. The fuck you talking about? That's Northern California. We don't claim them. We'll never claim them. I'm just California not. Slander. Just not with it. Cut the soundboard back, but it's limited. All right, we only got a couple sounds on there. Moving right on. This was cool. I'm hyped on this. Actually, I'm super hyped on this. From Kotaku.com, Sony is adding Discord voice integration to the PS5. Sony just announced a ton of new features currently under development. We needed it, long overdue. Features such as support for 1440p output have been teased for some time, while others, such as the ability to join Discord voice chat natively, feel like they should have been announced sooner than several years into the console's life cycle. We are years in, geez. You won't be the first to access these features unless you've been selected for the beta, but they seem fairly promising. You'll finally be able to make Discord calls directly from your PlayStation and display the game that you're playing to whoever you're talking to, just like the mobile and desktop versions. This does say PS5. I don't see anything about PS4 for those of y'all still out there. The PS5 will get other notable features for social as well. You'll finally be able to request screen share directly from your friends' profiles, join gaming sessions through party chats, and see which games your friends also own on their account. If you're picky about who gets to join your games, like me, no randoms. Don't fret. Sony is giving PS5 owners the ability to dictate who does and doesn't get to join your games. Yeah, man, we definitely had a rise of randoms in the
so
no
randoms.
I don't know where to start with that one. What do you guys think about this? Is this going to bring the gaming family back together? We can reunite the PC PS bros, or what do we got?
Maybe. I mean, I don't really know who. It's funny because I keep looking forward to this. I'm like, yes, finally, and now I keep thinking like, who's even gonna be?
I guess it's
Discord
good.
anyways. What? Who am I gonna talk to? Like maybe Brandon. That's the only that's like one of the people I'm excited for most. But but I think it'll definitely be easier for all of us now once it is, because I believe they're testing like a beta now with select people. But now,
Yeah.
but then I mean, when it actually rolls out, that'll be nice. I mean, again, it'll be a lot easier to be in the PlayStation party with each other. Like we won't be bound to having to be on a console, which is nice. This is like I think going to be a big bridging the gap between consoles, like because Xbox already. I don't think Xbox has as deep as an integration. I think you can only like join the lobby you're in or something like that, right? Because I have mine linked, but it's not. It doesn't do all that. Like I don't think you can screen share to it and shit. So I don't know.
I think it'll be
I mean,
big for
it's
me.
good. It's exciting.
I'm like I spend most of like the work day. I'm on like I'm in or on Discord, right? So there's a lot more time. I think I know sometimes you guys are just in the chat, but I'm not. I'm physically not near my console. It's like way in the house. I'm in my
Right.
office, and I'm not gonna go work in the living room. But also, I don't want to move my PlayStation in here either. So I think for me personally, it'll be a big difference. It might be easier for us to kind of hop in more frequently. So I think it'll be a big change and continue us on the ushering into the PC world. We got mad bros like half this chat right here that just is like, I guess I'll play on console so I can be with my friends.
I think it's gonna help for cross-platform games. So, like, if I play with Shad on Call of Duty and he's on PC, we don't have to use the game chat, right? We can have our own dedicated party chat. That's where I think it's going to be the biggest upsell, or at least for me, because being in a game chat sometimes, especially with Call of Duty, you got proximity chat. Like I'm just trying to shoot the shit with Shad. Everybody gonna know our business who's around us in another building, right? So we can have our own out of game chat party chat, and I think that's going to be the biggest thing for it.
I think our boyos at work too. You know what I mean? We talk about the screen shares and things like that. Or back in the way back in the back when I was playing Fortnite on the mobile and hide in the bathroom. It feels like forever ago. But I think it'll be easier for us to toss a little CODs and have some more chat when we're not all actually playing. So I think this will start to get us there. Discord obviously it's better. But it's just like PC is better. I was like, yeah, that's cool, but it doesn't mean everyone's gonna play PC today. So better doesn't mean it's more popular. So we'll see how that goes. I'm with it.
Yeah, I think it's a matter of function. It'll be nice.
Staying with our boys Sony, I guess they gave us a little bit of good news to try and hide the bad news. This one comes from ever popular source Glitched Online. Sony to remove PlayStation Plus collection library in May. Sony has confirmed that it will remove the PlayStation Plus collection library of games on May 9th, 2023. The 19 PS4 games that currently make up the collection on PS5 consoles can still be redeemed before its removal and will remain in your library and playable so long as you have an active PlayStation Plus subscription. The PS Plus collection was introduced alongside the launch of the PS5 as a nice perk or incentive for players. On release, it contained a total of 20 games until Persona 5 was removed from the lineup back in May 22. Sony's Jim Ryan explained at the time that they would wait and see how the PS Plus collection is received by players before making any decisions to expand the roster. Who's tight about this?
Not me. This is where we're gonna insert the clip of me saying, "I'm convinced somebody at Sony listens to this podcast because I said this, bro. I said this is exactly why I'm canceling my fucking subscription because that shit is ass. What game am I gonna download? Persona 5? Who the fuck is playing that? No, you know what I mean? All the games in there are trash. They're 10, 15-year-old titles. I'm not paying an extra $50 a year for these trash-ass games. Oh, if you download, you can keep them. I didn't want them to begin with. Get this fucking catalog out of here. Nobody asked for that. We all want the fucking, Xbox's Game Pass. Give us these day one titles of a decent game on the first day. That, you know what I mean? That's what I think it should be based off. Not, hey, we're going to bring back old games from 2 consoles ago. The fuck out of here. Of course it wasn't recepted well. What the fuck? I've been saying this, dude. It's ass. Why would you charge us more money for old ass games and they're not even remastered? They're all so no, makes sense. Someone there listens.
Kev, it kind of goes back to what you said a while back ago. What's going on with the culture at Sony? Why would they think that this is this whole catalog was even realistically a good idea? You know what I mean? It seemed rushed in the first place. You know what I mean? They put it out. They seemed super rushed because they saw how well Xbox Game Pass was doing.
That's what it felt like, right? Like a response to what they're doing over there, but a rushed a rushed response and without the strategy, right? Tactics lacking strategy, and like we talked about that. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I still don't know. Like, I still don't know the difference between like PS Plus library, PS Star. What were PlayStation Stars? Isn't that a thing still? I don't know. I
No,
know I
this
pay in PlayStation. I pay for something all the time, but I pay for a bunch of things I don't know about. What the hell is this?
so it's like PlayStation. It's like the PlayStation Plus essentially. So there's different levels to like your membership. So
That's a
sorry,
little like
the basic
this is a
one
little
is like
plus sign.
essential, and then there's plus, and then what's the like the top one, premium, I think, or something like that. But yeah, so like with the basic one, you just get like PlayStation Plus. With the next one, you get like some of these titles, like the back catalog, and then with the premium one, I think it's all of these, and then like some games you get for like some day one titles you
I
get for
thought there
like
was like
2 hours.
cloud gaming or something like that. There's a lot of extra cloud gaming.
Oh, make sure you pay
Bullshit.
for cloud gaming.
Right?
Like Stadia. That
Like
works.
Anton said, who's playing? Like, I'm not gonna go back and download Battlefield 1. Let's be real here.
I just, I think about it like if you're who's cloud gaming though. Like I think of like, oh, but at least you could do it like if you're at like work or somewhere, or like if you're like if I'm out not at home, like I'm not really like the only time I can think of doing this is maybe like flying or like I don't know. I'm really trying to think of like why this is really who needs this, who's asking for this.
We have Switches.
Right. They're like,
People
like we
who-
just have other
if you do
exactly.
cloud
There's
game,
other gaming consoles
you
we'll
could
use.
switch.
I'm not gonna fucking download this game and do this. Like what?
We were just saying, like,
Like
if I'm gonna play GoldenEye, I'm gonna play that on handheld. I don't need them old block graphics on my fucking 1440. I just dropped in the chat. I think you're already on it. So I still was like, what the fuck is PlayStation Stars? So that's the loyalty program they have. You got to get a different app. If you can scroll
yeah.
down to that, scroll down to the levels 1, 2, 3, and 4. Keep going. This is amazing.
Actually,
I thought. Keep going.
and I did this. You actually have to enroll in this.
Yeah.
It's not like just something you're in. You have to go to this and enroll in it.
I'm
and then
a
they track
level
you.
I'm a level 3.
Right there.
It doesn't.
Sure.
It doesn't work for me. Like I looked at some of the stuff and it was like, do something in Call of Duty, and I was like, okay, cool. And it's like, you're still level 1. Awesome.
Well, so
Oh shit, I'm a level
they
3.
really had you guys working on this. It looks like so. Level 1, the milestones: join PlayStation Stars, started playing and completing campaigns, and the benefits: you get access to digital collectibles by completing campaigns. You said that twice, and you receive a celebration collectible. Sounds like NFTs to me. Level 2, milestones: buy one full game on the PlayStation Store and earn one uncommon trophy. If you can manage that, you get a level 2 celebration collectible and access to all collectibles for level 1 that you clearly already earned. If you get to milestones level 3 by buying, count them, 2 full games from the PlayStation Store, and you've earned 32 uncommon trophies. Where do they get this number from? From 1 to 32? That's a big multiplier. All right, well, the benefits you get from that, all right, get ready. You ready for this? A level 3 celebration collectible. Woo! That means nothing. And a birthday collectible, you know what I mean? Because we all have one of those. So just make sure we'll shout you out on your birthday with something that's not worth anything. And if you can make it to the very tippity top, if you're really about your PlayStation Stars, right? If you are that dude or that girl, that person, that them, milestones, you bought 4 full games from the PlayStation Store. That means, man, this means it's costing you money. This is like a $240, you know what I mean, level here. And you've earned 128 uncommon trophies. Not even rare, uncommon. The benefits you get here, you guessed it, a level 4 celebration collectible. You still get that birthday collectible. They are double counting everything. I think I got that from the level 3. Don't put that over here. And you get a PSN anniversary collectible with chat priority routing. So you get absolutely nothing. If you can join PlayStation Stars, you get recognition from PlayStation Stars. This doesn't cost money. It can't possibly cost money. This is dumb, though. This is not even worth my time. You guys are doing this?
It randomly
it was just
showed
something
up.
in the app.
Yeah.
It was in the app. Yeah, you just like click here to enroll, and then like now you're enrolled, and then now I guess it just tracks it from your account.
I
It
better
wasn't
be
like,
on
I'm not like,
TikTok and let China look at all my data. I don't want this app on my phone. What is this trash?
stop, dude. I'm trying to be the star of all PlayStation stars. All right, I don't need you.
You are a star, dude.
Thank you, dude.
I'm level
Level
1.
3 though, right?
Yes, dude. This is what we need, Lupe. A superstar, right? Leave me alone.
Adding in post pro.
Oh man, terrible. If I get flagged for that, then I'll be hyped. That is my second point. Moving right on. I kind of put this in esports. It's not necessarily esports, but we've been talking about this, kind of at large, right? There's the big. We chatted with Jarrell about it too. There's the big trend, this macroeconomic downturn, specifically in tech. Things kind of built up a little bit bigger than they should have, but esports are in trouble, fam. Like these gaming orgs are cutting jobs fast. So we got kind of a double story here. Starting first from Dixerto. Faze Clan risks being delisted as stock price continues to fall below $1. Did we talk about this already? I meant to.
Mm-mm.
Okay, making sure we didn't.
No, we
Right.
didn't
So
get
from
into it.
Dixerto. Faze went public on the NASDAQ in 2022 through a SPAC merger, kicking off with a $1 billion valuation. Their start to life as a public company was promising, reaching a peak of $20 per share in August. But since then, the value has plummeted, sitting at just 89 cents per share at the time of writing. Goodness, that's a steep drop. There are myriad reasons for this sharp decline, including promised investment defaulting and concerns about cash on hand to cover expenses beyond the current financial year, as reported by Forbes. So, again, big business. As the stock continues to trade below $1, there is an even greater concern. NASDAQ compliance requires listings to trade at a value greater than $1 per share, and any company below this for 30 consecutive days risks a deficiency note. They're about to get the boot, y'all. NASDAQ said, no randoms in here. No randoms in here. Before we even comment on that, I'll move to this next piece and then we'll circle back. This one's from Esports Insider. A closer look at Guild Esports 2022 annual report. That's Guild Esports, the David Beckham organization. Poor guy. So here, Guild Esports released its annual report for the year ending September 22, and just 12 hours later, they released a revised report that announced that Guild has had initial positive conversations with its brokers about a fundraise, and that it is not seeking to fundraise at this time. Just wild confusing because you just said you were. This is despite the fact that in that annual report, Guild's independent auditor claimed that without securing additional funding, Guild may not be able to continue operations at all. Really similar to Faze there. According to the report, Guild has just 1.6 million pounds of cash remaining as of January 23. The company reported a pre-tax loss of 8.75 mil for 22 and has raised around 26 million to date per Crunchbase. That looks bleak. Raising another round of funding, whilst imperative, will be difficult given Guild's tanked share price, also down 85% at the time of writing. Goodness, from its 8 pence per share debut in October 2020. They've been around longer. First, Guild would need to get investors to buy into the project during a low point in the company's share price and during a severe macroeconomic slump. Even if they did, new and existing investors alike would need to accept that shares would be further diluted. That means it get even worse for the people already involved. This looks bad for Beckham and the Boyos. What do you guys think, man? Is this time for esports to really reshape? I mean, they look like they're in trouble, and going public was not the move.
Yeah, dude. That's yeah, I didn't know it was going that bad for him. I don't know. And I don't really see how this like turns around too. Like when you were saying that, I'm thinking like, how do you really like start winning them championships? I don't know. Like how do you really like turn this back around? I guess like long term. That's or like
Even
you know
if
what I mean. Like maintain that. That's
they're blowing through cash. Like again, they had
yeah.
a $9 million. They lost 9 mil. That's not even what they spent. That's what they lost last year. They've only got 1.6 of cash. I mean, that gives them months of operation. No,
That's what I was assuming. Like,
I don't get
what
it.
do you get?
I looked on their website. They only have like 4 teams, and they're not even that good. They have like one really good chick. I don't know. Didn't see her name. She's a Fortnite player, and she's like the top. But other than that, they have like a couple of Rocket League players. They have like a. They don't have. It looked like they didn't even have a Valorant team. They have a all female Valorant team. But they have they're not like Faze. Faze has teams across every.
they got teams in Thailand.
You name a game, they got a team for it, right? And
Right.
that may be why they're having money issues. They're spread too thin, and they're trying to pay all their pro player salaries. I don't know all the like background information on that, but Guild seems like they're not bringing in any money because they're not winning anything, but they're paying a lot of money if you go to their website, their facility is like Diablo. It's like cream of the crop,
Is it
top
nice?
notch. They've got like this balcony boardroom, and I'm like, this makes sense because it's David Beckham, but it's like for a pro club
Oh,
teams, and I'm like,
Bex.
ugh.
And that's
And,
what's tough.
yeah, he's just a ambassador though. I think
Figurehead. Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
Like Drake
So
with
they're
100 Thieves. But I mean,
15 million.
we were just talking about this, and it's like it all grew so fast, and I
Right.
really I wonder how it, I've always struggled with this element of esports. It's just the games, like the games don't hang around long enough, right? Like even like Fortnite, they had the one Fortnite World Championship, and then now the game is not what it was. And for what it's worth, that's probably one of, if not the most steady game, right? Fortnite's the closest to like a Rocket League. I could see Rocket League, I could
Mm.
see eFIFA, I could see sim racing where it's the same. Like you could have a career. How do you even have a career as a Call of Duty player? And I'm not saying just for the players to make money, but I mean for these franchises to grow, you have to have a brand and players we can identify with and people we love to see. When the games are changing, that it's already an uphill battle for them with not having big personalities necessarily, right? I guess there's some, but with the games changing so rapidly, it's got to be so hard to stay dominant, because once your game goes down, right, if the developer fucks up the game or something like that, what do? You're totally at
That's
the
true. A
mercy
different
of,
Call of Duty from a different developer every other year, every two
right. And
years, every 3 years. It's like,
no matter what you do, if they mess it up and the game suffers or goes down in popularity, it's like if the game of football changed every couple of years, and it's like, oh, never mind, we gotta switch up our strategy. It's like, how do you manage how do you build a franchise in that area that's ownable? You know what I mean? You do talk about Faze Clan and what they've done, but again, they're unique. 100 Thieves has a great brand, but it's still, it's hard. They just had all those layoffs. It's hard to grow your esports brand. I just don't know what they're supposed to do right now. Again, they're gonna have to figure it out. It feels not unlike crypto, where it's like gave a bunch of money to a bunch of young people like us. Yeah, I'm not mad at it, but they just didn't run the businesses well. And again, I felt like that writing was on the wall. I saw that stuff starting to happen. I saw some really strategic execs and some buddies of mine leave Phase at like what was supposed to be the high, but they were like, yeah, no, this public thing is bad news. Like, this is bad news. We're getting out of here. And they left there, and I've just seen it. You see the executives leave with the writing on the wall so they don't get embarrassed and lose their money. And then you see, again, it ends up reaching the stage of just layoffs, right? Where regular people, like, it was my dream to work here. You better go find something new, you know what I mean, while things cool off, because it's going to be a little bit, it feels like, until, I don't know, where's the money going to come from?
mm-hmm. No, I agree with you, man. It was it's bad, man, but it was just greed. It's the same thing that's going on with with the developers. I mean, Microsoft and Sony themselves, dude. It's all just greed. Everyone sees the big bag and everyone's trying to go for it, and in that, they just got lost in the sauce of I think what it really was. You know what I mean? And now everyone just got too big, trying to grow, and it's just now imploding.
This has been our story for like 3 weeks running, 4 weeks running of like, oh, it keeps getting worse. More layoffs, more game can't. We'll get into that in a minute, Anton. That's a long one for you there, but man, games
Mm-hmm.
getting canceled. Like, it just feels like it was too big, and I got to narrow the shit, which is weird because we're still playing so many. Like, we're not playing less games, right? It's like the industry, like the pro gaming industry, is suffering, but the gaming industry is not slowing down, right? They're kind of refining and pruning off stuff that doesn't make sense. So yeah,
I
we'll get
could be
into that. I'll
wrong.
stay there. What's that?
I could be wrong, maybe a hot take, but like I feel like a lot of like developers, and maybe it's COVID or like with personalities and their opinions, who knows? But I feel like a lot of like developers and like companies have taken a step back from like the hands-on approach with like gamers and companies. You know what I mean? Like unless I'm mistaken, like I almost remember in Call of Duty and like Halo and some of these games where there was like, at least I haven't seen it in Modern Warfare, like developer codes. You know what I mean? Like there was different like or like content creator codes and things like that. It's like people were like Jack. I remember Courage had like his own playlist or something like that at one point, and it's like now that they don't work so much, and like either whatever company they game for got selfish, or Call of Duty got selfish, obviously, and there's like this friction, and then now look at it now. Phase is suffering, and then now Call of Duty is suffering. You know what I mean? Now the game, it's like nobody's helping each other, just trying to be selfish. Like everyone is just suffering from from all of this, man. I mean,
Everyone's
like
trying to get
everybody
their
from
own. Like everyone's trying to get their own. They're all holding
yeah.
it tight.
I keep
Here's one.
repeating, but yeah, it's just
Would you I want to hear from all three of you guys. Would you be willing to pay like if COD gave you one like just the game, like you bought the game, the same game for 5 years? Would you pay $60 a year, like one time per year, to access online essentially, like, to be able to play with your friends? Like we'll give you the campaign of the game, right? We gave you our game and we'll update that, like you bought the campaign, but $60 a year to access all the online features, including updates and all the other bullshit.
yeah. I've always said that, like, what
Yeah.
if they even took like the Destiny approach? Like Destiny, all their DLCs are like full games that come out, but it's still under Destiny 2. Same thing. If you guys want to play the new one, that's from Treyarch or or fucking Infinity Ward or who the fuck is the other one? Whatever. You know what I mean? Whoever. You know what I mean? Then it's $60 for that DLC, but it's still under the like. I've never understood why they don't do that. It's so stupid.
I
It's like
don't.
I'm
Like
thinking,
just all work together.
right? I know they want to keep making the money, and that's hard. Like they got to keep making new games so they can get our 60, $70, whatever that is. Remember when games were what, $20?
But it's all the same game. It's all
But
Call of
like,
Duty. Wouldn't
but
they
they
all
just want,
help
but
each
like,
other working together?
what they need, like, they just want their money because it's so lucrative. Like, oh, we're gonna get you all. And I was like, hey, fam, honestly, I will pay you anyway. That's what I was thinking. Like, I would do it. Shad, would you do that?
Mhm.
Absolutely. I think the fact of like I want to play with my friends. I don't care about the achievements. I don't care about that, but I think $60 alone, even if I don't game all the time, is worth playing with my friends.
Once a year.
So I would in that sense, you know what I mean? But it would suck, but I mean if that would give us some sort of like I think you mentioned this a while ago, like what if that unlocks like all the skins for you? Every like, you pay $60 every new season that comes out and you get all of it. Whatever. You don't have to even like do it. I don't know. I would.
I'm down with the annual. I'm mugs. You buying Call of Duty every year if you get a better game.
If I bought it once, $60, and it came with Warzone multiplayer, and you said you pay me $60 a month every year, and we'll just keep making it better and adding on stuff as we go, 100%, 100%. I would pay more than $60. I'd pay more than $60 for a finished game at this point in my career. You know, I'm.
Yes, I
I
feel
mean,
that. Again, they're fucking that
Warzone.
up. I know they want their
Why
money, but
why
like,
is
do better.
Warzone free? I do not get that. You are missing out on so much money. You keep adding stuff to it. Make me buy Call of Duty every year just to play Warzone. I'm with it. If you're gonna make it, no hackers, and you're gonna keep making it a good game, I will pay for it. But you make this shit free and it goes to trash.
I was
And
gonna
that's
say, yeah, like
what we're
isn't there an
seeing right now.
argument that ever since Warzone went free, that it's just gone completely to
Yes.
shit? Like basically,
Yes.
like why would they not capitalize on that? Like as money hungry as they are, why would they not just include that back into the game, especially starting with like 2.0?
Make
I feel
me
like that
pay
would have
for
been
it.
a great starting point to just like moving forward. But
Leave Warzone free out there, and then we'll just clown our homies that play that, and they could. It's like having the Android or whatever. Like, let them niggas play Warzone free. I don't want that. Give me the perks. Give me the access.
you,
I would gladly pay them every year, but just to get like, you don't need. That's weird. It's counterintuitive, but like you don't need to make a new game for me to pay you the money to play your game. Honestly, keep it. Like,
That's
I'll
what I'm
keep
saying.
paying you. Just make the experience better. We'll make sure you get your money,
Uh,
Madden and FIFA's and everybody. I pay it once a year. I play 4 games every year, like that I'm gonna play every year, maybe 5. It's well worth it. It's well worth the price of admission there. Anton, you
game.
want to take us into culture right quick?
yeah, got this here. Sorry, excuse me. This is coming from PC Gamer. This is interesting. Sims 4 trans inclusive update faces culture war backlash in record time. One day after EA revealed a free Sims 4 update adding inclusive character creation options like hearing aids, glucose monitors, binders, and top surgery scars, the game has already been drafted into the culture wars. The Sims 4 came under fire from right wing pundits in the US, a country that has seen an aggressive anti trans agenda pushed by conservatives in recent years. In quotes, the woke mind virus has infected not only our government institutions, but our educational institutions and our entertainment institutions. That claims conservative commentator Dave Rubin on Fox News. Rubin lamented that sorry, excuse me, that Sims 4 did not have the same educational value as games he played in the 90s like SimCity, claiming he learned a lot about urban planning from the latter game. Ruben concluded that this update to The Sims was completely consistent with everything we've seen of the woke. This is
This
such a
all
personal, like,
I
get
hate
off my
old
lawn,
rich white
ass.
men.
right, like, why are you so bothered by this, dude? Like, I mean, I get it, but on the same time, it's like, why are you so offended, bro? Like, I don't know. It is. I mean, what do you guys think? I don't know. Before I start, what do you guys? What's your
This is
take?
our second week. This is our second week covering Fox News. So watch out. They are coming for our video game. This is hilarious to me. It is. It's wild. Again, why do you have to care so much? Like, what is the leave us alone? But also, and again, before I pass it off, I think it's so important to understand concern whoever the hell cares. It's so weird to, like, I don't want to get into politics. People are all mad. Like, we're not politicians. I don't give a shit. Here's the idea though. Art is made by artists. Like, it's made by like the weird, whatever you want to call them. If you think they're weird or whatever that is, like, they're the ones making the fucking games. They're also the people making the music. They're also the people making the show. We just watched The Last of Us, and people were mad about them having the episode with the gay character. Like, at least gay. It's gay. Like, I don't know what to tell you. Like, that's where all the best shit comes from. The people that aren't like in denial about everything. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know what to tell you. You're never gonna get art and content and creativity. It's one and the same. So like, if you don't like it, then you're gonna have to stop. If you don't want representation, you got to stop playing games, because guess who's making the games? The guy's not in the sand. Ian, did you have any feelings about this? You're my Florida guy, right?
I gotta be careful what I say, I guess.
The
No,
The sand is on your ass.
It's stupid. I mean, who cares? It's The Sims. Like, who cares? Like,
it throws me. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
you could drown people in pools in Sims. But that's okay. Thank you. I could build a pool, put my entire sim in it, and then remove the ladder, and just be like, have fun. Here comes, the Grim Reaper. But you know what the problem is? There's a trans guy who lives my next door neighbor, or I'd say I'm a trans person, and I want to build somebody representative of my life. That's the issue. It's politics. I know we don't want to get into politics, but it's dumb. It's super dumb. Get out of my video games.
If anybody should have trans representation, I just thought of this as I'm listening to you. Like, if anybody should have trans representation, isn't it the game where you could go and dress up as any person you want? Like, you could be a woman and be a man, or a man and be a woman, or a cat, or whatever the fuck you want to be. If anything is closest to this, that's what The Sims is about. And by the way, like, check out the Sims community. Like, what a dork. And I love his Sim City shout out. Like, well, games in my days were educational. We were like, the aliens, my nigga, when the aliens were coming in and blasting shit, like, what were you playing? I didn't learn dick about urban planning. I was playing video games, my boy.
I would not be where I was today if I never played Oregon Trail. Okay, that game taught me about critical decision making. All right.
Yeah. Leave grandma behind.
Right.
We gotta get across that river. Sorry, grandma.
It's just like you said. It's like, of all the things that you can do in that game, this is what you care about. It's like, I saw someone make a point of that in the Last of Us episode. It's like, you're mad about the gay guys. You're not making a point about the government that was just killing people and like all the other fucked up shit that happened in the episode. That's what bothered you in the episode. That's what bothered you. like, whoa, okay. Like, this is what's bothering you in this game, not everything else that you can do in The Sims. I'm pretty sure you can do more horrendous shit than this, but like, the fact that you can, I mean, I think of, like, we talked about old boy Bretman Rock, you know what I mean? When he talks about like how this is how he found, you know what I mean, his way to like escape himself when he couldn't in society. And it's like, I don't understand. Like, what if your kid is gay and this is like their way to do it or something like that? It's like this like forced, or I feel like it's like a forced just like mindset. It's like, who, and better yet, why do you care? Like, again, like the point we just make, it's just, why does this affect you so much, dude?
Also, too, just to throw one thing in there. I remember being super young and playing GTA Vice City, where you can literally pick up a prostitute, take her behind somewhere, get done doing what you're doing, the car shakes, you get out of the car, you can kill her and steal your money, and you guys have a problem with people being included in Sims?
That's called economics, Shad.
I was about to say learning
game. Fiscal responsibility.
Fiscal responsibility. If I give you money and then take it back, I didn't lose any money.
Just man. Wild, you know what I mean? It's just they complain about a lot of stuff, and it's like it's like you said last week, man. Come for the gaming people, come for the gaming community. Like, see how quickly people will get unified behind that, because Everybody games.
Right.
Everybody. Grandparents game now.
Let them have their like. Let niggas have Sims. If you play the Sims, let them have. We'll see. We're gonna have our girl Intergalactic Brit on. She's a Sims player, so we're gonna have her on as our next guest, hopefully next week, and she can talk a little bit about that. And but again, it's one of the most beautiful areas for self expression that I've seen for real. Like, let people have. If that's what you want to do and where you want to be, leave them alone. Like, what you like? Let niggas like what? You're gonna come for coloring books next? Like, oh, there's too many colors in the coloring book. Leave them alone. Like, whoever wants to do whatever they're doing, if it's not hurting you, like, just stop, man. Just leave us alone.
I would love to ask, what's his name? What's old boy that's been getting fired? George Santos. Isn't he like a gay conservative, right?
He's
like we should ask I'm serious. Should we ask like gay conservatives how they feel about stuff like this? Because wouldn't they fit this like perfectly? Like, if you grew up conservatively, you obviously couldn't be yourself. You know what I mean? So like, wouldn't something like this benefit? Like, I don't know. That's my mindset. I could be wrong. Who knows? I just feel like, wouldn't this directly like benefit you and helping you like have some sort of representation of yourself? Like, my understanding of it is it's very, I don't know.
There's still
Maybe
people that think
Let us know.
you can be convinced, or you can be talked into. It's like, oh, he wasn't gay until he met so and so. I'm like, who's gonna tell him? Hate to break it to you, but just because you didn't say it doesn't mean you weren't feeling that, which is fucking fine. Who cares? I don't care about who anyone's having sex with. Like, I don't care. I don't want to know at all. Please don't tell me. I'm good.
I just don't know why they pick this, though. Out of all the issues in video games that I would love the government to get involved in, this is what they picked to go to course with. Like, I hate loot boxes and microtransactions and predatory bullshit where it's roulette, right? Spin, like, FIFA packs, right? Our boy Nick spends millions of dollars a year on FIFA packs. I'm just kidding. It's probably not that. But you know what I'm saying? Like, you roll the dice for it's gambling. It's essentially gambling, right? And they don't care. Like, whatever. But
gambling,
oh my god,
get the same players, the same packs over
we
again.
We put trans people into Sims, and that's the end of the world.
What's up, Jed?
Whatever.
Oh no, I was gonna say Danny Brown on his podcast was talking about that. He was saying like, "Oh come on, man, microtransactions is gambling, man." Ha ha. Like, he kept saying that all the time, and it really is. It is gambling. Microtransaction is like their way of like essentially bringing the casino to like you. You want skins. You want to be like unique compared to the multi-million other people who are playing this game. You know what I mean? I mean, I'm victim to it. I do it all the time. The $5, whatever, take it. No ads, not a problem. Oh, and it comes with 1,000 coins. Fine, just no ads. Give me the 1,000 coins though.
There's a casino in GTA 5. I almost said 6. No, don't get them on me. All right, we got lots of game news. Lots of game news. Banton, I'm sorry. This is a long note, my boy, but we'll take it in stride, maybe one or two at a time. Catch us up on these games that were games.
Yeah, man. So EA and Meta weren't the only companies that axed games this week. From The Verge, over the course of this week, the developer of several major live service titles announced that their games would be shutting down. That means that players who actively enjoyed those games and possibly spent money on them might have to move on to something else.
Rip.
First of those, which actually I think we were all a little surprised was Apex Legends Mobile. Will shut down on May 1st at 7 p.m. Eastern and won't be refunding players for any real money they've spent in the game. The game launched on May 17th, 2022, meaning it didn't even last a year.
They could have given us that extra 16 days, right? They could have at least just make it a year. Ouch.
That was a crazy hidden crowdfunder right there, bro.
That one's a big surprise, fam, because people love that. It's like better. It's like COD Mobile, where it's better than the game. They had like multiplayer.
It was fun.
There. They got all the
different character.
They have more character. It's fun.
Yeah, there was that. EA is also ending development on an in-development Battlefield mobile game that has been in testing. Next was Knockout City. On June 6th, the servers for the Dodgeball Battle Royale game will shut down. For the coming months, developer VLAN Studios will release a free version of the game for Windows PC that lets players host their own servers so they can continue playing if they want.
All right.
We have Rumbleverse, which we were not surprised, will shut down February 28th, meaning it will have just exceeded 6 months of life. Players will be eligible for a refund for anything they bought, W them. Developer Iron Galaxy and publisher Epic Games wrote in a blog post. The servers for Crossfire X, an Xbox version of the popular Oh, I'm sorry, this is different. The servers for Crossfire X and Xbox version of the popular first-person shooter Crossfire from Korean developer Smilegate will close on May 18th. Access to the game's single-player campaigns will also go away on that date. I hadn't seen that.
Ooh.
Damn, they axing y'all, man.
Hmm.
Let's see a few more here. Echo VR. You can keep playing Echo VR, one of Meta's flagship VR games, until August 1st at 1 p.m. Eastern. Though the company won't be offering refunds on in-app purchases, in-game currency, or DLC. Let's see. And Microsoft will yank more beloved games off the Xbox 360 marketplace on February 7th. Square Enix is shutting down a Dragon Quest mobile game. What is that? Dragon Quest?
I know
Is that
Dragon
like
Quest,
the
right?
eggs where you can like
Yeah, yeah.
animate them and
Looks
stuff
like
like that?
Dragon Ball
Oh.
Z, kind of. Yeah,
I was like, yeah, that game's actually kind of fun.
right.
Turtle Rock Studio says it's done making new content for Back for Blood. Wow. Though the game will still be operational, that was also only like a year.
Diablo.
There were some surprising delays this week as well. The Last of Us Part 1 on PC has been delayed from the beginning to the end of March, while Star Wars Jedi Survivor has been pushed from March to April 28th.
Across the.
And also, what is it? Internationally, I saw that the WoW servers got shut down in China. So,
Right. They shut down Activision Blizzard. All that stuff is pulled out. They got no WoWs going on. It's a lot of stuff, fam. Like this is across the board where it grew really fast. I remember when Rumbleverse came out being like, there's no fucking way. There's no way. Same thing with I think they got rid of Knockout City. Was that in here? I think
The
Knockout
dodgeball.
yeah,
City.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that was in
yeah.
here. Yeah, both of those games came out around the same time, and it was like everything. It was just right after like remember when like Among Us was popping and Fall Guys was popping? We talked about that summer 2020 or whatever when everything is like, oh, just put it out, they'll play it. And like, nope, man, like almost none of these are a surprise for me. Back for Blood, got hopped in, no depth of game, right? It was like it's like all marketing. You can get us to go and play it. No depth to the game, but some of these are rough, man. Another L for Battlefield, and the Apex Legends one with that no refund stuff. I know that hurt because they offered so it was like a spam mobile. Like it had so many things to buy. It was all microtransactions, and I'm super surprised they're shutting that down. Some of these are like pretty big names.
Yeah. I don't know. That's I mean, hopefully they can focus on actually giving us completed games now instead of things that aren't necessary.
Again, I think it's going
Who's
to be
playing Battlefield Mobile when they're not even playing the PlayStation
Who's
version?
playing
shut down
Battlefield?
the whole division, fam. Shut the whole shit down, and maybe they'll bring us fucking multiplayer to Apex.
Yeah,
Right?
trim the fat.
Trim all the fat. That's what it's good. We got to hang in there. Some of y'all are going to get fired, but for those that don't, right? Trim the fat. You know, I was just joking about that, but like, I appreciate the cappuccino, but I don't know why I was at a company that will remain unnamed unless I said it last week. And they're like, "Yeah, I'll take you to the barista," and I'm like, "Why do you have a barista? I'll go to I'll go to Starbucks if I want a coffee." Like, it was nice, but save the money and make better records. Just stop wasting money. That whole Nap Pods era of shit. Elon went up in there. It's done, fam. It's done. Get rid of it. No more fluffs.
Keep these day in the life of blank TikToks coming. We love them. And then lastly, here I got Insomniac's Wolverine game reportedly set before Logan's X-Men Days.
Yes, we're ending on a high. This is a win.
An Insomniac developed Wolverine adventure constituted one of the many surprises during PlayStation's September 2021 showcase. But apart from a few minor teases here and there, details about the game remain scarce at best. The premise and basic character-related information have yet to surface. For example, and the original teaser is all that anyone's seen on the project thus far. However, new insight from a trusted industry insider suggests Wolverine's classic lone wolf routine will reign supreme in the Insomniac title. This is actually really exciting. I had been seeing this. Yeah, a new Wolverine game, dude, and hopefully I was trying to see. I don't think they have a rating on it yet.
Oh,
That's the
I
one
heard.
thing that I'm like most excited for because I feel like since it's Marvel, it's gonna go PC or like like what is it like teen?
Yeah.
But we need an M Wolverine.
No, I think it's. I heard it's rated M. That's what I
Yeah,
saw. Yeah.
it should be as
You saw
well.
that? Wait,
He's
where?
very gory and savagey, like traditional, and like this one goes back to him before like he becomes an X-Men. So he's a lot more like unhinged and kind of more brutal. So it should be a lot of like gore and him just like slicing motherfuckers apart. Yeah, like it should be pretty rad.
Yeah, here it is from Yahoo. Report Wolverine game will be rated M. I knew I saw that somewhere. Yeah, sorry, different link
Yeah,
here.
it was
Hell
further
yeah.
down. Okay.
So
Okay, yeah.
like a Batman type, but Wolverine? Are we thinking like it's gonna play like that, where open world, run around, do stuff, or what?
Yeah, dude.
I have no
Yeah,
idea.
yeah. Maybe,
It's the
are you
first I've
talking
heard
about
of
like
this.
Arkham? Is that
Yeah, like
those
if you think
ones?
it'll be like
Yeah.
that, but Wolverine, where it's an open
I
world,
think it'll be controlled.
more of like a
I think
linear
it'll be
story.
less than yeah, I think it'll be more linear. I don't think it's going to be as horizontal as far as like being able to like go here and do this side mission there. I
Right.
think you'll have some. Like look at God of War. Like God of War isn't entirely open world, but it kind of is. I think it's going to go towards that path.
That'd be cool.
This is super interesting. I'm in this Yahoo Entertainment article, and it says not much is known about it, but an industry insider stated that the studio is going for an M rating, targeting 2024-25 release. This is where it got interesting. Insider Jeff Grubb said as much during a Giant Bomb live stream, as noted by Video Games Chronicle. He said one of the concepts they're going for is hard R, but didn't go much into detail. Hold on, what? what am I missing something? What do you think that means? Is my question. What does old boy think hard R means? Because I'm imagining it can't be what it does mean.
Yeah, I'm black, so when I hear someone say hard R, I think something else. So what do
What
you?
the fuck else does that mean?
I'm a little bit on the
What do you
spectrum,
mean
so
by
I
that?
think the other thing.
My boy
So
said
I don't know.
hard.
It could be anything.
Hard R. I'm dead.
Joking.
Oh, jeez.
I don't know. So yeah, that sounds exciting though. I mean, hopefully, I hate to get too excited because we've been let down too many times, but I don't know why this is giving me Hogwarts vibes. It's like we've been excited for this. We've seen trailers, we've seen gameplay, and now we're finally gonna play it. And it's like I feel like it's gonna deliver, and I feel like
Give it
this is
to
gonna be
me.
the next one of those games. You know what I mean?
You guys know I've been raging against Marvel and the Disneyfication of Marvel for a long time.
They
That's
need
why
this,
now
bro.
I need this, and then give me the fucking TV show. And I
Evan
love
needs
Logan's
this.
my boy, but get him out of here. Give me the TV show.
Evan needs
Fuck
this.
it. Pedro Pascal can play Wolverine too. He can do everything.
yeah.
Just give me just the one guy. Keep it rolling.
Wow.
Keep it
That would be a good
rolling.
role.
I'm down for it.
That would be a good role.
I was gonna stay for the Mexican Wolverine, but that's mad racist. I don't know he's Mexican. What could be a wild El Salvadorian? Last
What
one.
was he?
I'm thinking we could jump into and Anton, this is more of a treat for you, my boy. Gran Turismo 7 VR. Have you seen this?
Yeah, boy.
I just caught this today. Let's take a look.
And Ryan, you got a chance to check it out.
Yeah, and I'll be honest with you, Max. I went in just
Be honest with
thinking,
me, Max.
Yeah, it'd be cool to just see GT7 in VR, free update. I love cars. I've enjoyed GT7. Sure, why not? I have to say, I came out like legit, kind of blown away. Like it is such a great fit for VR. I know it's not the first racing game to do VR.
Wow.
But it's the
Looks
first major
great.
console racing game to do VR in a easy couch way. It was actually my first time with PSVR 2. Period. Fidelity's great. Like physically, like the headset feels good, which I was expecting. So all good on the tech side. But I told them, well, I used to have a DeLorean, so yeah,
This
can
nigga.
you load up the DeLorean for me because they do have one in the game.
Light flags.
And it's
Light
fun out
flags.
there. It's whatever one they scanned and modeled in the game, they did a pristine job building it. Then you can go to the VR showroom and actually, while you can't actually get up and literally like walk around your play space and walk around the car, you do use the thumbsticks to change angles. You can be in the cockpit of the car. And so this is going to sound stupid and ridiculous, and I'm okay. I'm okay with that. I'm putting myself out there. Having owned a DeLorean for 12 years, over thousands of hours, 50,000 miles, I drove that car. It really was like I was sitting in the car again. Like
I mean,
that's how.
That's not the core. That's not corny. That's the idea.
Like
that's the goal here.
Still a little corny.
I know it sounds. It's almost like it's like Sony fed me a line, but it's like they
feel
really
like Spider-Man.
they did not. No, it's I kind of needed a moment where I was like, because I sold the car 11 years ago. So it's been
What
a
do we
while.
think? Does that
And
look
since I've
amazing?
actually been
Banton, you go
one,
first.
and
You excited?
You know, the game that I think of with this is Forza,
Right.
because that's how I feel playing Forza, even though it's not VR. But like Horizon, bro. Oh my god, dude! Like when you get in some of the cars in there, and like even when you're in just like the cockpit view and you're looking at it's in the dash, it's like holy shit, this is nice. It's like you know what I mean. Like you really feel like it. So I can't imagine from like a completely immersive level, like just whoa.
Let me get that.
Oh
Fast
man,
and
that's gonna be
Furious.
next level.
Get that
Yeah, that's gonna
fast,
be next
fast
level
nine.
gaming. But
I'm
on the
excited.
track racing, it'll be a lot easier to get done. So no, that's really exciting. I would love to try that out. That would
Right.
be
It
don't
makes
give it to Nick though.
it makes so don't give it to the, it'll be gone. It makes so much sense with the again with that track driving, right? Where you don't need to go as heavy on the environments. Like still obviously, it's a lot of work, but you're not a giant open world where you're crashing through fences and all that shit. So when you can limit the track, you can go really heavy on the cars. This looks fantastic. That's what was so special, to me. I remember playing Gran Turismo 2, playing the Skyline and shit like that. That's where I learned about cars. Like that's where I really developed my whole knowledge base. So I think this is the right way to go for the new generation. And I really think that some of these racing games are going to be what takes VR to the next level. Bring back F-Zero and Nintendo VR. You know what I mean? You're going to cop this, man? You're a car guy?
I don't play racing games. Need for Speed Heat was the last one that I got down on. And put that on VR though. I'm in.
There we go. You have any VRs set up?
No, I don't have a VR set up. I mean, it looks cool. I mean, I'm all for it. If I was going to drive a car, it'd be sick to kind of feel like you're sitting in the car rather than just staring at your TV with a controller in your hand. But
last question: do you have a DeLorean? Would you buy one?
Nah, but that was a sick flex that dude had.
He was like,
50,000 miles or something like that.
He said, "Fuck this game. We're talking about me and my DeLorean. I don't have anymore, but y'all gonna hear it today."
DeLorean.
Just really quick, over a decade ago, I used to have a DeLorean that I put about 50,000 miles on. But like this game,
this game was amazing. It was almost as good as my DeLorean that I had for 50,000 miles.
I sat in a virtual DeLorean. It didn't have 50,000 miles, but it looked just like my regular DeLorean that had 50,000 miles on it.
In real life, I had that 10 years. Yeah, right. I had the car, just so you guys know. Oh my boy! But that again is it's a healthy first look. And more of this VR content, they're going to have to figure it out. I do wonder if PlayStation is a little bit behind the curve. They came out like, boom, PSVR 2. We got our headset. And Meta was like, that's cool, but we're off that shit. Like, we got the new mixed reality shit. Like, yeah, you got the old school. Imagine buying a PSVR 2 now. I was just looking at my my Meta Quest Oculus. It's still an Oculus. I was looking at my Oculus. That's one of the worst name changes ever. I was looking at my Oculus like, man, it's just the old shit, though. I don't even use it, but I need the new one. I'm getting back in there. I'm gonna do that. And we've been talking about a pod in the metaverse for a minute, so maybe next week we'll bring that back.
Dude, that would be so fun.
I'm with it. Emo's gonna have to get your shit stepped up, Whale, so you can visit us in the metaverse.
We were at Best Buy. They had like 40 of those things for sale. The Oculus 2.
Mm-hmm. Trying to get rid of them shits.
I'll show it'll be like Space Ghost, bro. We'll just have him come in on like the little TV. You know what I mean? He'll be like the live person.
Space Ghost was my shit.
He said Space Ghost. That's so funny.
Coast to coast. He's in Florida. I see you. Well,
shoot,
that's what we got today. Unless I got one shot for you, E-Mugs. What should they change about Call of Duty? Give it to us straight.
We don't have time for that, but okay. They need make it paid and fix the map. The map is way too big. It's way too. So I think Resurgence is going to be the Warzone killer when it drops with Season 2. The map's too big.
You've got the faith. You have the faith. It's still the game you're playing.
The thing is,
am I going to see you on Fortnite?
No.
Are you coming back to Apex?
Zero build mode.
Maybe.
Ooh, we got a maybe.
I mean, I love Apex, but it's like, yeah, I love playing with y'all, but you get in a room with Marcus and all of a sudden, like, the matchmaking is like, I'm playing against Super Sweats, and I'm like, bro, I haven't played Apex in a year and a half, and now I'm getting beamed by, master ranks over here.
Did you see him with
what about FIFA?
Ooh.
I still haven't bought it. Still on the free pass. still got like 4 hours left on that. I'd be out here trying to get Golazos and just missing them all.
Goodness, he's bad. All right. Well, we're coming back next week with an expanded soundboard. I promise you're going to get more than 2 sounds. And we got some more guests for you. But again, Ian, thanks so much for coming on the pod today and sharing your, Florida-leaning Call of Duty sentiments. That's what we needed. And until next time, you got your No Randoms, boys. We out. No Randoms.